Let Ifeoma's marriage break. Let her happiness fall apart.
Ifeoma was a kind young woman who loved to smile. One sunny morning, she married Ekong, a gentleman from a big and powerful Efik family. The wedding drums beat loudly, dancers twirled in bright wrappers, and everyone clapped for the happy couple. Ifeoma felt excited and a little shy as she followed Ekong to his family's large compound by the river. But in the shadows stood Mama Ekanem, Ekong's mother. She watched Ifeoma with sharp eyes. Mama Ekanem did not smile. She believed that no woman was good enough for her son. When she saw how happy Ifeoma was, she felt a small fire of anger in her heart. She whispered to herself, "I will not allow this girl to take my son away." Late at night, Mama Ekanem slipped quietly to the riverbank. The moon shone on the water, turning it silver. She carried a small clay pot filled with strained blue water and seaweed. This was no ordinary water. It was forbidden water used for old river rites, magic no one was allowed to practice anymore. Mama Ekanem poured the water into the river and spoke secret words.
Let Ifeoma's marriage break. Let her happiness fall apart.
The river hummed softly, as if listening. Mama Ekanem smiled a cold smile and walked back home, sure that her curse would work. The next morning, Ifeoma noticed strange things happening. Her cooking pots banged themselves. The lamps flickered for no reason. Ekong suddenly became sad and quiet, though he didn't know why. Even the goats in the yard cried at night. Ifeoma felt scared, but she tried to stay strong. She knew something was wrong, but she didn't know what. One afternoon, she sat by the river to think. She saw the water glow faintly, like it had something to tell her. Her heart beat fast. She needed help, someone wise, someone who knew magic. Ifeoma remembered an old woman from her childhood village, Mama Ndidiamaka, a retired marine witch who used her magic only for good. Ifeoma traveled to see her. The old woman lived in a small hut filled with shells, feathers, and tiny glowing stones. Mama Ndidiamaka listened quietly as Ifeoma told her everything. Then the old woman nodded.
Child, you have been cursed with water magic, but do not fear. Water can harm, but water can heal too. I will teach you how to protect your heart.
And so, Ifeoma stayed with Mama Ndidiamaka and began her lessons. Every day, Mama Ndidiamaka taught Ifeoma something new. They walked along the river, learning to hear its whispers. They practiced holding seashells that glowed when danger was near. Ifeoma learned to stay calm, to breathe like the ocean, slow and deep. She also learned a simple but powerful chant that made clean water rise like a shield around her. Ifeoma felt herself growing stronger and braver. The river began to swirl happily around her feet, as if welcoming her. "You are ready," Mama Ndidiamaka said at last. "Now go home and face the truth." When Ifeoma returned home, things were worse. Ekong fell sick, coughing like he had swallowed smoke. The floors were always wet even when no water spilled. The river near the compound looked dark and angry. Mama Ekanem watched all this quietly. She knew her curse was working, but she didn't expect Ifeoma to fight back. Ifeoma touched Ekong's forehead and whispered the chant she had learned. A soft blue light glowed around him, and he breathed a little better. The house shook, as if the curse was angry. Ifeoma stood tall. "I will not be afraid," she said softly. At dawn, Ifeoma walked to the river. Mama Ekanem followed her, holding the clay pot of forbidden water. The river buzzed with magic. Ifeoma lifted her hand, and Mama Ndidiamaka's protective water rose around her like a shield. "You cannot stop me," Mama Ekanem shouted, pouring out more cursed water. The river splashed wildly. But Ifeoma began her chant, slow, steady, brave. Her clean water grew brighter and brighter until it washed away Mama Ekanem's dark magic. The clay pot cracked and broke. The river calmed. Mama Ekanem fell to her knees, shocked. Ifeoma walked to Mama Ekanem and held out her hand. "I do not want to fight," she said kindly. "I just want peace and love in this family." Mama Ekanem looked at her, and tears filled her eyes. For the first time, she saw Ifeoma's good heart. The curse faded completely. Ekong became well again. The lamps glowed gently. The goat stopped crying. Everyone in the compound smiled. Even the river looked bright and happy. Mama Ekanem hugged Ifeoma and said, "Forgive me, my daughter." And from that day, their home was full of light, laughter, and love. Moral lesson. True strength comes from kindness and courage. Even when others treat you unfairly, choosing love, patience, and forgiveness can break even the darkest curse. Good hearts shine brighter than any magic. If you enjoyed this magical African story, make sure to like this video, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss another tale. Drop a comment below telling us what part touched your heart the most, and share this video with someone who loves powerful stories of courage and love.